I'm gonna be reading the Hunger Games series in 2023. I read the first book when I was in 5th grade. I watched all the movies, never got to the second or third book. I'm gonna finally read them and kind of show you my reaction. And it's a rainy day today. It's gonna rain the entire day, so I just thought it was the perfect time to start. So yeah, we're starting with Catching Fire. Okay, so I thought I should finally do like a little update, and my glasses are glaring, so I'm gonna take those off. And I'm sweaty. So this book, okay, I am halfway through. It's really like I was in a reading slump, and I have a Kindle, which I love, but I told my sister like I just need like a physical book so I can just like get into reading. I already like know the story because I watched the movie, and like reading the book I just get like extra details. I don't know, I thought I wouldn't be too into it just because I already know it, but I actually am. And I'm getting that feeling of when I was little and I used to read a lot, where you just like open up your book and you're like right back in the story, and it's so exciting. So yeah, right now I'm in the part where she just like was Katniss was talking to Finnick. They're like doing the parade or the show, whatever, where they're all dressed up before the games start. And yeah, I'm hoping to finish it hopefully by the week. And I do notice with the physical books I do get sleepy, because with my Kindle I can just put on night mode and I can read and I like don't get sleepy. But I do get sleepy reading this, not because it's boring, but just because it's like a real book. And yeah, like yesterday I was reading it and I had to like stand up while I was reading it so I wouldn't like fall asleep, because the story is good, so I'm liking it so far. And there's obviously better details in the book than there is in the actual movie, but it helps that I've seen the movie, because I'm like just imagining everything happening and kind of remembering. I'm like, oh, I don't remember the scene in the movie, or oh, I remember the scene like exactly. Okay, so I'm on my lunch. I'm subbing at a high school today. I pretty much have a whole day to read because they do independent work. Just finished Catching Fire. Super good ending. I liked Peeta, and like I've always been Team Peeta, but reading about him in the book just like made me like him even more. The action scenes were a little like, I don't like action, like fighting and all of that in movies. So to read about it was a little like, I would kind of skim through it, to be honest. Brought Mockingjay because I still have one more hour-and-a-half class. So I'm gonna see how far I get in Mockingjay. But yes, I rated it like 4.75 stars because it's just the action. The actions are like, I mean, duh, it's an action book, action story, but to hear about like the fog or like the monkeys, I'm not really interested in that, to be honest. So, but the ending was good. I liked it, and I remember like the movie and all that. So, eating some salt and vinegar chips. So after a few months, this finally got finished. It literally took me like 2 months. I don't know if I was being biased because everybody told me that this book is horrible, like the last book. It's not bad. It's just so actiony, like very detailed on the action. Yeah, the other books were actiony, but I feel like you got more story. Here it was kind of like only action, and like I was just not into it. So yeah, I would say, I don't know if it's just me being biased and I was already going into it like not wanting to read it, but it did take me forever to finish. So those are the 3 Hunger Games books, and I'm going to read the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes next. Like 76% done with the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I'm actually like obsessed with it. Like, it's so good. It's pretty much from President Snow's point of view when he was like a teenager. It's like his villain story or whatever, and I've been listening to it for like 4 days. It's like 20 hours long, maybe a little longer, but it's really, really good. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish it like today or tomorrow. I just listened to it on Hoopla, which is where I get the audiobooks from the library.
He bellowed in frustration. Clever, devious, deadly girl.
So I finally finished The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Gave it 5 stars. I don't know if you can see, but I gave it 5 stars. It was super, super good. I really liked just hearing Snow's story. The ending was kind of like rushed, so it was kind of like, didn't really like the ending, but I think the first Hunger Games book and then this one is my favorite, are my favorites. I mean, like, I think I'm gonna keep thinking about that book for a little while because it was that good. And I was looking at the reviews and nobody else seemed to like it, but I think because I heard it on audiobook and they would do the voices, I could distinguish between the characters. Because I read in one of the reviews, people were saying that there's way too many characters, and I did try to read the real book, like the physical copy, and I was also bored. So I think you should try the audiobook because it's super, super good.